If you wanna have a chuckle, then there's no need to fret. With us you'll have a good time that you'll never forget. Sit back and forget all about your student debt with the USD Improv Club. If you're looking for some people who can make you laugh, let me make a suggestion on your behalf. The Improv Club at USD is fun and a half, so take a listen and enjoy the show.
Okay, all right. Welcome, everyone, to the first podcast for the USD Improv Club for the
2020-2021
school year.
Yeah!
Yeah! I am Parker. I am the vice president. Our names are in the bottom left, but let's introduce ourselves anyways.
I'm Summer. I'm the events coordinator.
I'm Kyle, and I am the media manager.
The pink square that is somewhere.
Right here.
Is it
on
different?
our screen is.
On my screen is below me.
On my screen is below me.
Non-existent.
The red, pink R that's nowhere is Ryan, and Ryan is our media chair, and he's also our podcast manager.
I'd say moderator.
Moderator.
Something like that. Making sure we're staying on focus.
Stage manager. Yeah.
We're not technically on stage.
The whole world's a stage, Kyle.
Then I've been in the wrong world.
Have technical difficulties.
Yes, Ryan paid my internet bill before we started. Thank you, Ryan. Okay. So we are recording on Zoom for now. And possibly the foreseeable future, as the unsavoriness of the world demands, and we are going to be talking and having some laughs for the nice people out there in the world, and hopefully it should be. I hope it's a good time. If it's not a good time,
we're doing something wrong,
like the rest of our performances. Okay, so before we jump in anything, the format for this show is that we're just going to chill. We're going to talk about how our days went, how our weeks have been going. And when the mood strikes us, an improv scene shall be born from the chaos. Kyle, how was your day?
Well, let's see here. I woke up to some hammering, and, there was a whole bunch of...
Hey, I didn't wake you up, did I?
No, you didn't.
11:30.
No, I was up for a very long time, but no, I woke up at around 9:30, and you guys were already gone by the time. So
Summer, what were you hammering?
Okay, so for those at home, Kyle and I live in the same house. And
why would you tell the internet?
Secret is out.
Okay, fine.
And I don't have class today, so I just don't have class on Tuesdays. So I had a list of errands I had to go do. And for the past 3 weeks, our pantries have been full to the brim, and it has been stressing.
Did you build a new pantry?
I went to Walmart. Excuse me. Okay. I went to Walmart. And I've had my eyes on these plastic shelves at Walmart that were $15.
Ooh.
So I think it was closer to 20, but I went to Walmart. I bought this $20 4-shelf plastic shelf. It's pretty big. It fits right between the oven and a door we don't use. And
I know this door.
Mm-hmm.
For those at home, I used to live in their house.
And I built it this morning at 11:30 after Naomi and our roommate, got back from Walmart. And so I built it, and I felt bad because we just got a new neighbor. And I was like, oh, God, he's going to hear all of this. Yep, below us.
Oh, no.
He seems really nice.
As far as we know right now.
To us.
Okay. I hope he listens to this podcast.
He probably doesn't even know who we are. He probably doesn't even know what we're doing.
You guys should post a link on his front door. and be like, "Hey, we
wonder
do
what-
this."
Wonder
We
when all
talked
the
about
noise is
you.
going on up above you. Here you go.
Yeah. But he seems nice, despite the fact that he got CenturyLink internet, and the guy came to tell us that we're on the wrong internet, even though we don't have CenturyLink internet.
Oh, so like he got a Wi-Fi and he thought that you guys had bet on his Wi-Fi for a while, or like?
So the CenturyLink guy, I wasn't even here. Kyle was here.
You were above me, actually. You were here. This
I
all
was
happened
here.
yesterday.
I think I was
Yeah.
sleeping. I don't know. I can't hear anything when people knock on the doors. So I get a text from Kyle that was like, hey, there's a CenturyLink guy here for the neighbor, and he is saying we're on the wrong internet, or that we've been using our neighbor's internet the whole time. And I was like, no, we haven't. Naomi brought her Midco router from her old apartment here, and we've been using that since June, and we got it switched over to this address. And
Okay, so like CenturyLink guy was like, "Hey, you're on the wrong Wi-Fi," and you guys were
Yeah.
like, "No, we're not."
so I went down to talk to him. I was like, we're not on the wrong Wi-Fi. And he was like, well, yeah, you are. And I was like, no. And then I looked at his thing, and I realized he was from CenturyLink. And I was like, we use Midco. We're not on CenturyLink.
Wait, CenturyLink
at
is
all.
different?
Yeah, they're two different companies.
They're clearly two different companies, Parker.
Why were we were talking about a cabinet?
We were.
And then it diverged into
Well,
what we're going on now.
Yes, into this exciting conversation about modems and.
But
I'm
I
intrigued.
had to hammer the plastic, like, legs of the cabinet into the holes.
Wait, you had to hammer the plastic?
Well, like,
Isn't that hurt the plastic?
it was with a rubber mallet, though. So it wasn't a real hammer. Yeah, and it went faster that way than, like, trying to shove them in. It took me, like, 10 minutes. It was nice, and now the pantries don't stress me out anymore.
Alright.
Which is the main goal of getting the shelves.
Bunk, 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 bunk! Kyle! Kyle,
What?
wake up!
Oh,
Kyle!
sorry.
Kyle!
Was it-
Jesus Christ. Kyle,
What?
you've been sleeping for 3 days.
I get
Haven't
tired,
you-
man. I'm in college.
Kyle, haven't you heard what's happened?
I've heard the word.
Look out the window, Kyle.
Oh my God. You sure that the apocalypse is actually upon us right now? All I see is a whole bunch of birds right sitting in front of the front lawn right now.
Those birds are watching to see what we're gonna do, Kyle, because...
Bring.
Oh, Kyle, you better answer the phone.
I probably should have said even one second. Yeah, hello?
Kyle?
Yeah?
I'm in trouble and I need help.
Who is it?
It is summer. It's summer.
She's dead. She's dead. Just
She's
hang
dead?
up. Just
Hang
hang
on right
up.
now. Okay. I'm so sorry, Summer. I gotta go.
Okay.
Kyle, I don't know. We can't trust Summer. They
She
got
could've been
her,
a part of
man.
this whole- She could have been part of this whole thing in the entire
They got
situation.
her.
You sure about that?
Wait. Look at the location ID on her on the call. Where was she calling from?
See here. Oh my God. It says it was on the roof. She's calling from us on the roof. She's literally on the roof
Kyle.
right now, Parker.
Kyle.
Yeah.
We need to go out there and we need to get a ladder, okay?
Can I get the ladder?
Okay. All right. Okay. I can hear her up there. And I want you to listen closely and tell me what you hear. Hear the sounds of the bonking and the screwing and the assembly, Kyle.
Bonk, bonk,
Oh,
bonk.
God.
Screw, screw, screw. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Wow, it just sounds like it's
Screw.
nonchalantly just there.
Kyle, don't you
Yeah.
understand what's happening?
I don't, honestly.
It was 4 a.m. 2 days ago when the bombs dropped. And as soon as they hit the streets, they exploded into pieces of plywood, little metal feet for tables, and screws that have too many in there to try and confuse you and think you forgot one somewhere. Kyle, IKEA bombed the nation.
My God.
And
How
you
could this have
slept
happened?
through it. How have you not seen the poorly assembled coffee tables that have been scattered across the lawn, Kyle, huh?
That's the thing, though. Like, I'm not Swedish, so I don't even know if there's always
You better get
furniture
used.
sitting on top of the lawn.
You better get used to the Swedes, Kyle, because they are everywhere in the form of their strange, cheap, and quite affordable furniture. You look over there, you see the Bjorgen organ? That thing runs my house now, Kyle. That coffee table ruined my marriage, okay? It walked right in, and it announced that it is the head of my household. And you know what I said?
What did you say?
I said, not without a fight, you're not. The resistance has been growing for the past 2 days, but Summer fell to these creatures, and you have to put her out of her misery. Here, Kyle. Take this small handsaw.
All right.
You have to stop this. Call if you need help.
I gladly will. For my country, and for not being invaded by Swedes.
And for my wife, Kyle.
And for your wife, Parker.
Get up there.
I will get up there, and I will take out the Swedes.
Okay, go.
I didn't know
Stop
if you had
stalling.
I thought we were just like in some action movie here, and you're just
Kyle, go.
Okay. I just.
Jesus.
Summer.
Kyle, you came with the ladder. That's all I needed. I was really worried when you hung up on me. I didn't know what was happening.
Don't trust her, Kyle.
I'm sorry, Summer, but this has to be done.
What are you? I've been trying to build a ladder for 3 days. I'm like starving to death. But there's all these weird mismatched screws that don't go to anything.
Don't trust her.
I mean, are you sure, Parker? She's just looking for screws.
You can't trust her. We're all looking for screws, but she's a few short in the head.
I mean, if you say so.
Kyle?
I'm sorry, Summer.
Kyle,
this has
what's
to be
happening?
done. It's for your own good, Summer. I'm gonna have to take out your.
Hold on.
Take out all of them.
Have you been talking to Parker?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's just right down there. Didn't you see?
You need to get your ass up here right now.
Why are you stalling?
Because
Kyle!
he's the one that put me on the roof.
I mean, he put you on the roof?
Yeah. Ever since the IKEA bombs dropped, he's been had a couple screws loose, if you know what I mean.
Kyle! She better not be using my own jokes up there!
I mean, she kind of is. And it's really compelling right now.
Don't trust her, Kyle! Cut whatever she's building in half!
I mean, it's another ladder, so I mean, we could just have her get on our ladder.
Oh my god.
You know what, Kyle? Get out of my way. I'm coming down there to talk to Parker.
Don't let her off the roof!
She's already coming down. I can't help it.
Oh, jeez. Summer! Summer, stay back!
Parker, you're the one that put me on the roof!
God, we can't trust you anymore! Not since you picked up that screwdriver!
What screwdriver?
Stay back! I have a rubber mallet! And although it cannot do long-term damage, it will certainly disorient you!
You know what, Parker? I have a plastic leg of a shelf. That's just as useful and harmful as a rubber mallet.
You stay on that ladder or I swear to Bjorn Gornborn, I will make your life a living hull!
Too bad. How does it feel to see my feet touching the ground, Parker?
No! Stay back. You are with them. You took my wife from me.
Parker, your wife left you 5 years ago.
No! She left me for that coffee table. I saw it. Kyle, throw me the saw.
I mean, she already knocked it out of my hand, and now I'm pretty much just stuck here up on the roof.
Parker, I think we need to get you some help.
No. No. You keep your instruction manuals away from me. I can't go on living like this. Kyle! Oh.
What?
Is that a bell, Ryan?
I heard a bell.
I heard about
How much longer you wanted it to go?
It's over.
Okay, now it's done. That's what it was.
Kyle, if you were on a piece of IKEA furniture, which one would you be?
One that is actually sturdy.
You don't know the names of them?
Nope, because I've never been to IKEA before.
You've never been to an IKEA before?
I mean, I've been outside in an IKEA.
Oh my god,
But I mean, I haven't been actually in an IKEA.
it's like stepping through a portal to an enchanted forest, but all of the trees are already chairs.
Yeah.
It's like, you walk in there, and it's like, Summer, have you been in one?
Yeah,
Do
because
you know what I'm talking about?
I'm from Minnesota, and they have one right by the Mall of America, like a big, giant
Mhm.
one. And it's basically like a sea of cheap, upscale furniture and Swedish meatballs.
It's like, okay, so you've been outside one. So you know that, like, when it's on the horizon, it looks like a mountain. Like, it looks like
it's like I know the exact one that Summer is talking about.
Yeah,
It's like,
it
that's
looks
the one
like-
I've actually been outside of.
It looks like something from the Bible, like the great blue monolith rose from the horizon, and
It's probably like one of those stores you're just looking over the horizon and all of a sudden just angel music just starts.
no, it calls to you, it beckons you forward. It's like the largest structure in any, like, in a square mile radius. It's like Eiffel Tower, Tokyo Tower, the IKEAs in any town.
It's so easy to get lost in it because it doesn't feel like you're getting lost. It feels like you're going on an adventure for things you never knew you wanted or needed.
It's like, and the sinister part is that it's like 8 or 9 or 12 or 50 stories, and you start at the bottom and they put you in a little elevator, and then they take you all the way to the top, and the only way out is to go through it. It's like the perfume department.
And you just gotta
Yeah.
like spiral your way down.
Mhm.
But you just get so like, what's this Bloombergen thing?
And it's actually interesting
Smurged.
because I think they actually modeled it after the 9 circles of hell. So, like, the first one is the least offensive. You know, it's like normal stuff that you wouldn't need every day. And then as you get deeper and deeper and deeper, you actually see sinners being entombed there for all time to pay for their transgressions, until finally you get to the bottom layer and Satan is just chewing on pieces of bed frame and furniture for all time. It's actually,
And Swedish meatballs.
yeah, it's a religious experience.
It really is. So recently while moving, I needed a new desk, and my dad was like, well, look on IKEA and order something off of IKEA maybe. And the online store IKEA experience is the exact same.
Is it really?
It really is.
Is it like Lockdown Browser where they like lock your computer and you can't leave until you've scrolled through like all the pages?
Well, and you're like, okay, I just want a desk. And so you're like looking at their different desks and you're like, nothing's exactly quite what I want. So then you could look at separates. So you
Separates?
Look at just the tabletop and then legs.
What? So it's like a Build-A-Bear but with desks?
Yes. Or you could build a bear a chair. You could build a bear a bed.
Oh my god.
Build a bear a bed.
Build a bear
I've never
a
heard
bed.
that kind of term. I've never heard
Yeah.
that kind of term before.
Yeah,
You could. Or a nightstand. The possibilities are endless.
do you guys know Room Essentials? That brand?
Yeah.
That's where I got all my like dishes and everything. Room Essentials is like poor American IKEA without any of the charm.
It's the Walmart brand, right?
Is it Walmart brand?
Is it?
Yeah.
That explains it, because I don't know, because I bought it at Target too.
Oh, maybe not then.
And I think it's just they're the dorm room
Mm.
brand, and they're like, yeah, our furniture is crappy, but who cares? You're a college student. You're gonna endure a lot of slights against your integrity.
That really is what it is though, because like I think I got like a 3x3 cube shelf from them.
That's them. What is these cube shelves? I have one of these cube shelves, and I don't know where I got it. It just showed up in my dorm room. I think it was mandatory to have one.
Cube shelves.
Kyle, do you not know?
To get with the
I'm gonna say I have like this plastic shelf, like drawers sort of.
They're made out of the cheapest wood you can find. They just
plywood
have,
is it then?
Yeah, and then they just
but it's just thicker than plywood.
I don't think it's plywood. I think it's just cheap sheets of wood layered onto. I think it's like
that would be plywood then.
See, mine's pretty nice quality.
I am just describing plywood, aren't I?
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're describing plywood.
Yes. Okay. Well, anyways, it's just like the cheapest wood you can find, and they're just like cubes. I think they're always a foot by a foot, and then you get these like it's just a shelf of like 6 of them or 9 of them or 16 of them, and people use them, I think, only exclusively to store Funko Pops. I think that's legally the only action they can have.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. Now I know exactly what you're talking about.
See, like it's because the Funko Pop fits like in the box fits.
It fits perfectly.
Perfectly.
What's a Funko Pop?
What? You know what these shelves are, but you don't know what a Funko Pop is? I think it's just the Funko Pop industry is being
it's like one of these.
Yeah,
these are the Funko Pops.
Whoa!
This one I have Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
Kyle, would you like to buy an exact other copy of that, but the lightsaber's in front of him instead of to his side?
See, I don't.
I mean, I paid like $5 for this thing anyway, so I mean.
I'll give you the other one for $5 as well. Anyways.
My shelf.
If anyone wants to buy Funko Pop figures, I am. Okay. Anyways.
So my shelf doesn't have any Funko Pops because
God bless you, woman.
Blessed me with the Funko Pop. So
I mean, I have a couple of them.
I have a bamboo plant.
I do too.
And some cubes to store things in. I have a.
Well, no, because to me, so Kyle showed you what the Funko Pop is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that captures it because that was a bobblehead. So at least it has some like interesting value. But they creep me out. Those Funko Pops do, because all they are is it's like a square head and the same shaped body, and then they have the beady, soulless eyes.
Oh, those are
two
different.
No, those are the Funko Pops.
The stuffed ones?
No, not the stuffed ones.
Oh.
I don't think they have stuffed ones.
I would go get one, but it would take me much longer than Kyle. And it's just like it's like, Kyle, what's your favorite Marvel superhero?
Oh, let's see here. If I gotta remember off the top of my head, I think it was Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
That was not a hard.
Summer.
Summer, what was yours?
Magneto.
Okay, I'm gonna do Summer because Kyle, you took too long.
Good.
Like Summer. Imagine like Magneto. Like, what's your favorite Magneto from First Class, from the movies, from the cartoon?
Probably from First Class.
Okay, so imagine like Michael Fassbender's very handsome face. Yeah. And then take it and then stretch it out into like a perfect square, and then pluck his eyes out and put like black bouncy balls in the sockets.
Yeah, I don't like that.
That is a Funko Pop.
No.
That they have like no charm for me. And I used to
Why do you have them?
Okay, so back when I was in high school and I was still struggling to have an identity, I subscribed to Loot Crate. There's. I was subscribed
to
your
first
Loot Crate
mistake, actually.
For like 3 years, and I have some legit awesome crap. Like here, look at this. I'm really showing my like super nerdiness now. But this is my dice bag, and look at this sick Aang pin that I have. That came from Loot Crate, and that's rad.
About nerdiness, I have my 6-year-old boy Avengers backpack sitting in front of me.
See, but that's functional. You know what's not functional?
Barely. It's small.
You know what's not functional? What's not functional is like a recreation of the passport from The Fifth Element that has freaking what's her face? The underworld lady, like Mika something, like has her face on it, and you walk around with that. And it's like, what do I do with this? Do I hang it up somewhere? Do I cosplay as her in the weird skimpy outfit and carry that around? Like, these things don't give me any value. And I also signed up for the sock, where they would send me 2 pairs of socks. You guys are both so uncomfy. Dude,
No. My friend for Christmas one year exclusively gave me Star Wars and Marvel themed socks, so I get it.
I just don't. I have a whole tub of socks in my closet, and I'm trying to get rid of them, but I don't think I can sell them because I wore most of them. I don't think people want to buy something that touched my feet, unless it's for a different audience. But that's
that is something we don't discuss.
check out my OnlyFans.
But I also have that problem, but in the way of my feet don't grow. I have very small feet. I have shoes that I've owned since the 6th grade that still fit me. So I just wear socks till they die. And even then, sometimes they'll get holes, and I keep using them, even though I also have an entire cube of socks that go in my cube shelf.
Kyle, I think what we're getting at is if you want a bunch of socks, we have a hookup for you.
Clearly, yeah.
I have
a hookup.
Thank Kyle.
I have Kylo Ren socks. If you want Kylo Ren socks, I'll hook you up, man.
Have they been worn?
Yes.
I might have to say no deal on that.
I have Chewbacca.
I'm definitely going to say no deal on that now.
Chewbacca socks. I'm just saying, those are better than Kylo Ren socks.
Here.
Okay, guys, I've gathered you all here for a meeting here. I have this idea, all right? What if we take famous people and famous superheroes and whatnot, we square them out, all right? Think about it and see. We're going to have a huge hit about this. Square them out, and then we'll put nice marbled size eyeballs as for them. We're gonna make sure they have. Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean by square them out?
Like pretty much their face and their head. A square. It's a big old square, tiny body.
Question? Why a square? Why not a triangle?
Because if you think about it, if we relative everything to Minecraft, Minecraft being a huge game as it is here in 2000. Yeah.
Triangles would cost less because they are less sides.
That is true. But if you think about it, yeah.
Why couldn't we do them in a pentagon or a hexagon format? Because then we could really size up their face and make it a more aggressively interactive experience.
Yeah, you.
No. That there's too expensive. I think maybe we should just reduce it to maybe just like a small circle, and if we can cut costs back further by just cutting out the face entirely.
So just headless action figures.
Yes.
I mean, that's a possibility. We could do that.
Who hired?
A possibility.
I think maybe what we could do is we could also just save on costs and cut down on the limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I have a cost-cutting suggestion.
Yeah.
We can fire him.
I mean, we could. He's been a problem with us in the company since the beginning.
Yeah. We could cut to save on costs. We could cut off some of my limbs, and then
we can use your limbs,
and then hide them and burn them.
No. With less limbs, I take up less space.
And what we could do, we could just use your limbs, just like artificial limbs. If we want to make a real life, as closest to real life action figure as we could just use someone's limbs and use it.
Sir.
I mean, yeah, we might get fined for murder charges, but I mean, that's a sacrifice we're probably willing to take.
Sir.
Yeah. What's that?
I greatly believe in cutting costs, but through minimalism for this company. And if I need to lose limbs to do it, then that is what needs to happen. But may I also make one more suggestion about this line of action figure toys?
Yeah. What's up?
Perhaps we could just take all of our current action figures and just take a knife to them and just chop everything off except for the head, and then we just ship the little head, and then that is what we do. And to save costs on children being upset that their characters are not represented, we just dip all of the heads in acid until they are dissolved into a small plastic ball, and that is what we ship.
Are you open to constructive criticism?
Of course.
You, sir. Yeah.
I'm judging by that face. No, he's probably not.
Well,
I mean,
glasses. Let me.
What is your? Yep.
Yeah. So you're on the right track, and then you fall off the track into a pit of acid.
Which is what I recommend that we do to our toy lines, if you remember.
All right. Executive decision. We're gonna do both. We're gonna go with the square heads with the beady eyes that bounce, and we're gonna go with the heads only option as a cheaper, collectible, and accessible threat.
I think what we'll do, we'll also with just the heads in itself, we'll just spray paint it in gold, and we'll mark it up as double since it's a golden.
Now
figure.
you're falling into a pit of gold paint.
But I mean, if you think about it, if we say it's gold and we throw limited edition on it, all of a sudden we can double our costs. Think about it.
Genius.
But we live in
Genius,
America, and we live in a Western society that thrives on, and the word I'm...
Sir.
Yeah.
May I recommend doing the same to all employees? If we also spray paint them in gold, perhaps then we can also pay them only much as half because they are double employees.
I mean, that is a possibility. We could do that.
I quit.
I don't know why I was doing a Bernie Sanders impression.
It sounded like it was like a Bernie Sanders mixed with like Obama a little
It
bit.
did not start as one, and then it very quickly became a Bernie Sanders impression.
Somehow you got like a very square jaw all of a sudden, and I was like, wow, I'm staring at the grandpa from Up.
I take great pride in like the excess amount of skin and body that I have down here, because like when I'm looking up and when I'm like have a nice angle, it's like this, but I have at least two other chins
Oh yeah.
that I can pull out at any time.
I only have like one.
That is good.
One extra chin. It's like
I have a very...
you can't see because of the camera angle, but I mean,
Yeah, that's good.
Because I already have like a very square jaw for a woman, and then I do this, and it's just like a straight oval.
I just have like a lot of skin here, and I think it's because I used to be much pudgier when I was a kid, and then I kind of grew into it, and now the rest of my life I'm going to have to try and keep it away.
So do you guys know the like filters on Snapchat that can make you look like a baby, or if
Yes,
it'll make you look like a girl?
I use the one that makes me look like a woman all the time.
Are you a pretty girl,
Oh.
Kyle?
I wouldn't
No?
put myself as a girl. The mustache and the beard goes through still.
You have to
so I honestly
shave.
wouldn't say.
You have to shave to get the full experience.
That is true. I could have.
So I did the one where it makes you look like a guy, and I gagged. I hate it so much because I look like my brother, but 30 years older with a beard.
Ugh.
The one that because I did both, because I did the one that makes you look like a woman, because you want to know if you would have sex with yourself if you were the opposite gender. Everyone wants to know that. Don't look at me like that, Summer. That is a thing that everyone thinks at least at one point in their lives. And anyone who says that they haven't thought about whether or not they would get intimate with themselves if they were a reverse gender is a dirty liar. And I'm speaking to the viewers and listeners right now too. You've all thought it. No one gets away from this. Kyle's laughing because he doesn't want to admit it, but he's sitting there like, but he just doesn't want to look weird in front of his roommate. But I know the truth. I find
it hilarious because as my entire background right now is
that way.
black.
No, I think everyone does.
Into the darkness.
I think everyone does. I think that is a natural human emotion to look in the mirror and be like, and do like the Buffalo Bill thing and be like, yeah, do me. And the Snapchat filter lets you do it with like switching the sex on it. So I did it because I did it to look at the woman version, and I was like, yeah. And then, I switched it over to the man version, and I hated it because it made me so much more attractive. I hated it because as soon as I switched it over, I was like, oh no, this is what I would look like if I was just more attractive.
See, because I've done it with the female filter too, and I just look like a doll.
Yes.
And that's what I hate, because I'm just like, really? Is that...
I don't know. I like because the woman's version, it just like, I feel like it just slims down your face and then like gives you long hair, while the men's version is like boom, big neck, like the beard, the haircut.
It adds makeup too, and it like gives you eyelashes you don't have, and like blush and lipstick. And I don't wear makeup because it's just not my thing.
Same, sister.
And like,
Yep.
And like, if I do, it might be a little mascara, but I'm telling you, these eyelashes went to like my eyebrows. And
Yes.
I'm not a drag queen. Like, that's not what the look.
Is that what that really is? Wait,
What?
that filter, is that really just a drag queen filter?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god.
You look like your world has just opened.
No, like now I understand what this is. Is that it's literally a way for people to test what they would look like in drag by just putting them in a wig and makeup.
So, Parker, would you be a successful drag queen?
I would
What's your
be.
drag name?
I would be smoking. I don't know how you do a drag name. It has to be nonsense, right? It has to not be real words.
Well, okay, so I'll give an example.
Okay.
I've thought about this because
Okay.
my parents, they decided
Oh.
when I was being named, they thought about naming me Ruby because I'm born in July and that's my birthstone.
Okay.
But they thought that Ruby Wine was too much of a stripper name. So I've decided that Ruby Wine would be my drag name.
Oh.
Or if I had a close friend that was going to be a drag queen, that would be theirs.
Okay. Kyle, what about you?
Honestly, I've never thought about this. It's like
I
I know
haven't
this
either.
whole little. I can't remember like what it is for your like your stripper name.
Well-
It's some credentials and then the last food you
Actually,
ate.
no, you're right. You're no.
Something
actually,
and then the last
what it
food
is,
you ate.
what it is it's the 16 numbers on the front of your credit card followed by the 3 on the back.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
So
to
it's
get my
all- it's
card.
17
I want to figure
numbers.
this out now.
Yeah,
but it
please
could also
do.
depend on whether or not you have a drag mom, because then you might take her last name.
A drag mom?
The
Yeah,
dragon.
like somebody that like brings you into the drag world and
I
like.
am so
enters
far
you.
outside of this.
I watch a
Yeah.
lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like,
Is that a good show? I know it is. I don't know why
I
I'm asking.
enjoy it a lot because it's got everything, okay? It's
Yeah.
got comedy, it's got acting, it's got fashion, it's got drama.
What more
gossip,
could you want?
And it's got lip syncing and dancing. It's got everything.
Oh my god.
And the
You got-
names sometimes.
Okay, so Kyle, what's your name? You never answered. Not the credit card
said
info.
That's the thing. I can't remember like what the first one is.
What is it? Just 2 nouns?
Something. It's something, and then the last thing you ate.
Is it like coming up with a last name for your D&D character?
Okay.
Where you just pick like 2
Or-
nouns that
Parker.
fit a theme, like Hollow Shaft, or no,
I don't think it would be
bad.
bad.
That one's bad. Or
That
like
is bad.
Mountain Beard, or
Okay.
Well, okay. It could
I'm
be
literally
a
doing this right
multitude. It
now.
could be something weird and like you're trying to make a funny pun, or it could be like when you were a kid. Did you and your friends ever talk about what your girl name would be?
no. I do know what I would have been named if I was a girl. I was gonna be
Okay.
named Delaney, I think.
Okay, so like you. could-
Delaney's not a drag name though.
It can be. It could be like Delaney, and then you could come up with a fun last name, or
Is it insensitive to say that? I feel like drag names are usually like stripper names. Is that
No.
kind of insensitive to say? I don't know, because you literally said that Ruby sounds like a stripper name, but you said that would be your drag name.
yeah, but it's because like that would be my name if this wasn't
Okay.
my name, and
So
it has some significance to me because like so I have a friend.
So would it
named-
be weird if I named my drag queen name pole slidey lap dance.
No, but maybe a little forward.
Okay, I literally just looked this up right now. It says that it's from New Yorker. It says your stripper name is the brand of your first car plus the last thing you put in your mouth, which pretty much would just be
Last thing
food.
I put in my mouth?
It's literally exactly as you think. It would count
Toyota
as
water
food,
bottle.
No, I don't think it would be like that.
What's yours, Kyle?
Mine would be
Is
Pontiac
it
Fajita.
Chrysler penis?
No. It would be
Okay.
Pontiac Fajita is what mine would be.
Here's some examples.
That's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah.
There's like Alexis Mateo is a very famous drag queen, and that's her name. That could be
Okay.
with a normal drag name, or you could have like Trinity the Tuck, and like she's had a lot of plastic surgery work, so
Oh,
they call her the Tuck.
that kind of tuck. Okay.
Well, both. Also a play on
That's what scares me away from ever doing it. That's what scares me away. Cause like I don't know. I like to feel pretty, and I like to perform. So like maybe this is like. But then I heard about that practice part of it. I don't know if this is something we could talk about. Ryan, is this something we can talk about?
As long as we don't say the word.
Talking about what?
When drag queens stuff their penis up into the cavity in their abdomen.
Tucking it.
Tucking it in.
Is that? Can I say
Your
that?
guess, honestly,
No,
as a
I
radio
can't.
stars too, you and me are both in the same boat. It's like, I don't know.
Is that? Can I talk about penises?
I mean, I think as long as you don't say it,
No, as long,
I can say male genitalia. You can
as
say
long
it
as I don't
like
say
that.
penises.
yeah.
If you can keep it as clean as you can keep it.
It's the medical term.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that'd be
But-
male
Yeah.
genitalia then.
The medical term is penis stuffing. No, I should stop.
That
I
makes
should
it
stop.
worse.
I'm also gonna get in trouble with any drag queens that listen because I'm sure it's a bit. I do have a lot of respect for people who have that kind of like
Oh, definitely.
self-confidence and like
Yeah.
self-empowerment. It's not for me. As a
fair.
scared little straight man, it's just not for me.
I mean, there are straight guys that do drag too.
That's fair. Honestly,
There's
I'm
been guys on the show that are married.
I'm
like,
just closed-minded. That's all I am.
Mhm.
I will be the
I mean,
first to admit.
you live in South Dakota.
Because I never went to any of the drag shows either.
They're so much fun.
I've been told.
I mean, it might be scary.
I just
for
got-
you
I just
because
had a
they
friend
are
that got,
gonna
like,
come up to you and try and give you a lap dance because
Yeah.
you're the only straight
No,
man there.
I think if that happened, I would freeze in place in terror, and
Just,
I
like,
would
give
just
them
like
your 20.
I have
That
to
definitely
pay
be me
them?
too.
Yeah, tips.
Ugh.
You give them
Tips?
drag shows. Yeah, you come with a bunch of ones.
This is sounding more and more suspiciously like a strip
This is
club.
turning into a strip club if you think
It's
about
not.
it.
I swear it's a thing.
Do you call? Is that what? Wait, when you go to a strip club, do you call making it rain tipping the servers?
I mean, I think technically
like,
federal tax income, they call them.
I guess you would, but like
This
the
is a
idea
whole
that it's like
definition.
you get the lap dance and then they give you a little receipt that says like tip, and you put that,
This is a
and it has
whole
like
new
percentages,
definition of tip your waitress.
and it has like percentages, and and it's like they recommend like.
But that's how
80%.
drag queens make their money, is by getting tipped.
No, yeah. Wait, really? I thought
Yeah,
it was
for
like
the most part, they don't
I
get
thought they
paid
would-
very much for gigs.
I thought they were like performer. Oh,
I mean, yeah, but it's like being a waitress, where they'll
I'm
book you for a
learning.
gig, but it's not a ton of money, especially if you're sharing the stage with other drag queens.
I'm learning.
So you make a
so
lot of your money off of tips, especially depending on where you are and how popular you are.
So in Europe, do they not rely on tips?
I don't know. Because there's no
Is it-
tipping rule in Europe, isn't there?
Yes, but I'm being dumb. I don't think that's. I don't think
you're
that's a
going.
real.
You're
I
probably
think a
going
drag
down a
queen is
rabbit hole.
different than being
Like you go to a European drag show and there's a big sign on front that says gratuity is included.
like $50 up front at the door.
$50 up front, gratuity is included, except for large groups. Then it is customary to leave at 10.
Yeah.
Do I have any idea for a scene out of this crap, or are we just gonna keep?
We could be in a drag show, but
Because I had an idea for a scene where I came up with drag names, and I was like, no, that bit's already played out while we were
We
talking.
already played that bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. Okay, no, I'm holding the thermometer again. So let me tell you. So I got COVID tested today. Like not fun. Have you guys gotten COVID tested?
No, they like stick something up your nose, right?
Okay, so like I pulled up to the thing because it's drive-through.
Mhm.
Actually, let me set the scene. So I called today and I said, hey, I would like to get a test, and they're like, okay, show up at 4:05 p.m. I was like, okay, I will. And I around like 4:45, I was paying my rent, and I put in a work order because my oven smells like gas when I use it.
That's not good.
So I put in and I didn't think that was a big deal because I haven't used it in like 3 weeks, and I Googled it, and they were like, as long as it doesn't smell like that when you're not using it, then it's probably fine. So I wasn't super concerned. Finally I was paying rent, so it was right in front of me, so I put in the work order. Like, my oven smells like gas when I use it, whatever. As soon as I hit submit on the work order, I get a text from my rental company that says, oh, please call this number for the Vermilion Gas Company immediately. And I said, okay. So I called them, and I pick it up, and I'm like, hey, so this is what's happening. And it says, like, dial 1, please. And I boop, and the lady picks up, and she says, hello, what is your gas emergency? And I said, oh, no. This isn't an emergency. This isn't even happening right now. It's just that my oven smells like gas. And she gets all this information from me, and then she starts freaking out. She's like, sir, we're going to ask anyone on the premises to evacuate to at least 20 feet away from the premises and remain there until the people arrive. And I said, okay, but I also have to go get tested for COVID-19 in 5 minutes.
Oh no.
And they were like, you have to be there when the truck arrives, or else we're not gonna. So I went outside, and I'm standing on the side of the road like an idiot, waiting for this truck to pull up so that I can explain that just my oven is stinky. And I call the hospital. I'm like, hey, can I push back my COVID test? I have a gas thing in my home. And they said, no, 4:05 is the last slot for the whole day.
Damn.
Parker.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I just hung up, because I'm just used to the world screwing us over constantly these days.
Right.
And I waited. I kept looking at my watch, and I was like, screw it. And I got in my car, and I drove to the COVID center, and I'm like, I got to get back before my trailer possibly explodes from a gas leak, because it'll look embarrassing if it happens and I'm not there. So I pull up into the COVID thing. I'm shaking because I know I'm on a timeline, and I've been told that it's not a fun experience, and I hate getting shots. So like I hate getting flu shots, and I hate getting tested for stuff. So I'm already nervous, and I pull up, and the girl is like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm like, good. Can we? And she was like, okay, give this to the nurse. And she puts in my hands, not even joking, a swab as long as this pencil.
Right up your nose.
And I'm like, and I don't even register. And she's like, here. And I'm like, okay. And then I pull forward, and the nurse takes it from me. And she's like, okay, why don't you lean back and open your mouth a little bit? And I said, like this? And then suddenly I felt like I had been stabbed up the nose. Just like, and she pulled it right back out. And while I was like and then she pulled it back out of my nose. And she was like, okay, all done. And she like put my little thing away, and she was like, bye. And I was like, okay. And I zoomed back, and I made it back before the truck guy showed up. And he was like, yeah, you're not in danger. Just like, it's just a stinky oven. I was like, thanks, man.
That's actually similar to what I had for a doctor's story. But I mean, like, this was like before COVID stuff and whatnot. It's like I was just doing like a just like some medical update for me working at like a factory and whatnot. And pretty much like what happened was I had to go through different physicals and different tests and whatnot just to make sure like, hey, I'm good to go for this, good to go for this job. And I wasn't expecting it either. It was like, oh, we're just gonna do some blood tests and whatnot. So it's like, okay, I just say it's just a regular blood test. Take it out, what yada yada yada.
Yeah.
I just it was like, oh shit.
Oh, they took it from your nose?
Yeah, they put a swab up my nose. They didn't even prepare me or anything. And so I was like, shit.
Wait, they got blood from your nose?
No, like they were like it was like some testing, and I didn't even
Oh.
know what it was. It's like just right up the
Well,
nose. It's like okay.
It's like when you go in for strep, and you're like,
I think that's
as
what
a
it
kid,
was.
As a kid, no, because strep is your throat.
No, they like shove a stick down your
Sometimes,
throat.
Because like when
I've
I was
had
a kid,
strep testing before.
yeah, because when I was a kid, I was really excited whenever I got strep because that meant I got to stay home from school. But it also meant that I had to deep throat a cotton swab, sometimes multiple times.
I've never had strep, but I got tested for it once when I was like 9 because I had a fever that was over like 100 degrees for 4 days in a row. But
So
I've never had
Ooh.
strep.
You were the oven in your brain was set to high, I guess.
Yeah. And my dad, like, they had to like give me ice baths and like I would like lay in bed and they put like a cool washcloth on my forehead and like trying to get me to break the fever, and I had to stay home from school for like 4 days.
Oh god, I had strep a lot as a kid.
I had a friend who did too, and eventually she just said, screw it, and got her tonsils removed.
I had my tonsils out. I still got it constantly.
Oh wow.
I have I've got no beans in the back of my throat.
And she's allergic to penicillin.
You
Which
guys ever do you guys have your tonsils?
I do.
I do.
So as privileged tonsil holders, do you guys find that you snore more easily?
See, okay, so I never thought I snored, and it was a joke when I was a kid. My grandpa would always be like, you snore when you sleep, and I was like, no, I don't, Grandpa, because
And then you smacked him because he was lying.
we would go on a family hunting trip, and we would all stay in a friend's house, and there was limited rooms, and it was a special treat for me. I would sleep in my grandparents' closet in this house of the room, in the room they were staying in.
Wait.
And like a sleeping bag, because it was like a walk-in closet.
Okay, go on.
It's not as weird as it sounds.
No, you just like had it worse than Harry Potter, but go on.
It was like my special grandparent time.
Yeah, special grandparent time where they lock you in the closet all night and you get to have a...
So, like, as I was growing up, my grandpa would always be like, don't snore in your sleep. And I was like, I don't snore in my sleep. Well, then I started dating my current boyfriend, Brendan, and we sleep in the same bed occasionally. And he's like,
Sinful.
Summer, you sleep or you snore. And he's like, usually it's not super loud, but sometimes if you're super tired, I'll like apparently just conk out right as my head hits the pillow, and I'm like a train. And I'm also super active in my sleep, and one time I like smacked him in the head. He has a picture of my arm just smacking him in the head in like the middle of the night, and That's don't wake up.
I got punched in the stomach by my brother when we were sharing a bed in a hotel room once.
Ooh.
Just like I remember I woke up and he was like slightly lower on the bed than me, so his shoulders were like at my chest level.
Right.
And I woke up to him like being like, and this was we were like 5 and 6 and not it was last month. No, it was I woke up to him like he was laying there and he's like and then something just pow just right in my stomach. Like, I don't know what was happening. If he was like weaving back and forth in a boxing match in his dream and he just sucker punch. I thought he said like my name. So I thought it was like I thought he was awake and just using it as an excuse to just punch me in the stomach.
Well, and it's weird because my mom is a terrible snorer. Like, she's so loud all the time. I got a text from my brother when they were going on college tours, and they had to share a hotel room. It was my mom, my dad, and my brother. And so my mom, they got like a queen size suite with like the doors that close and then a fold out bed. So my brother was on the fold out bed in the other room and could still hear my mom. And he was like, it's midnight and I cannot fall asleep because mom is snoring so loudly. And it's gotten so bad. My dad made her download this like sleeping app, and she has to like follow like these noises and be like, nah. And like, there's like a dial. I don't know. She was doing it when I was
We
home.
snaw.
We
What?
snaw.
We snaw.
We
We three.
snaw.
We snaw. Okay.
Okay. I have.
So, go for
You
it.
got a scene?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Parker, do you smell that?
Are you okay?
It smells like rotten eggs.
Oh, yeah. I made breakfast. Here.
In bed? You brought the griddle to bed?
Well, I made these a few days ago and I forgot. Listen, I needed to talk to you about something.
Yeah. What's up?
You've been talking a lot in your sleep recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just a little concerned. Because you seem to be calling yourself delicious fergalicious beach sand in your sleep. And you seem to be referring to someone named Toilet Bowl Kangaroo, and I just was wondering if there's something you wanted to tell me.
No, I don't know what that's about. I must be having some weird, wacky dreams.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when I woke up and you had and you had in your sleep tucked my genitalia up into my crotch, that was just a weird dream you were having. That wasn't a skill that you've been learning.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'd like you to look in your closet at all of these fabulous outfits that I found stowed away.
Oh, wow, that's so weird. I wasn't planning on giving you those for Christmas or anything.
Okay. Yeah, you can come in. You can come in.
Finally, like.
Yeah. So this is Toilet Bowl Kangaroo.
Oh!
Yeah, I actually met her a few days ago. She was dropping off one of these outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally just like the trailer next door. I mean, I have not been able to get sleep for the past, about a couple of weeks.
Okay. So Toilet Bowl Kangaroo, I was wondering if you could explain some of my wife's past behavior over the last few nights.
I mean, she's come to my shows a few times. She's given me some decent tips.
Don't say anything. Don't.
Really?
Yeah, I think at one point she even gave me she was like a life savings. I think she said
A life savings.
A life savings. It was at one point she was giving.
So Parker, honey.
Was this about the time that I think your mother got sick and needed money for her chemo treatment? Sorry.
I have something to tell you.
I think you do.
I'm a drag queen on the side sometimes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it just felt more like a real family to me than my own family. So screw my mom. She doesn't need to beat cancer.
Okay. Yeah. No, that is Toilet Bowl Kangaroo. Can you give us a minute?
Yeah, definitely. I'll give you just a quick second.
Okay.
But I wanted to say before I go, actually, I'm just saying I haven't gotten a couple sleep for a couple weeks. I say if you guys could maybe tone down a bit.
Toilet Bowl.
Yeah.
Not the time.
Okay. I'll show myself out. Sorry.
Summer.
Yeah.
Listen. When you got into skydiving, I said, "Oh, she's just chasing a thrill."
Mm-hmm.
When you got into into big game hunting, I said, oh, she wants to find something nice to decorate the foyer with. But
Yeah. And feed the family.
this is too far beyond what I thought. Because
Honey bun sweet cakes. Why would you say that?
because you're not just a drag queen, are you? No. I think maybe we should take a look at what's in the other closet.
No,
Shall
we don't
we?
need to. We don't. I'm not ready to put that part of myself out into the world yet.
No. Are you sure? Because I think that the world should really be able to look at this
I'm very
closet
sure.
full of IKEA furniture.
We need a divorce.
All right. I'll get the gray kid out of there.
You guys done
Not
yet?
the time! Toilet bowl! Oh man. Okay.
Poor toilet bowl kangaroo.
No,
I liked what was the Beachalicious one? I liked that one.
it was delicious fergalicious beach sand.
I didn't mind that.
No, you think that would work?
I think Delicious Fergalicious, that's the name.
No, but to me that sounds too close to a copyrighted name. So you have to throw the beach sand in there to throw off
They've
the
done like
courtroom lawyers.
Tynomi Banks, Tyra Sanchez, the other Tyra.
The other Tyra.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that is probably more than enough for Ryan to get out there on the internet. I only counted 2 swears. I'm
Only
sure Ryan
2.
counted more though.
There was a couple more. There was a few asses and a few shits.
Oh, if Ben Shapiro says ass when he's requoting WAP's lyrics, then I think it's okay for us to say ass. If Ben Shapiro says it, if Ben Shapiro is on his podcast saying wet ass P word, then I think we are probably okay.
Is that going to be
We
your
should probably
reference
say
page?
goodbye to the audience before
Yeah.
Ryan comes back.
Hi Ryan.
Hi,
Okay,
Ryan.
well thank you so
Welcome.
much for tuning in with us for our first ever podcast.